Why, hello. Welcome to my first review of anything ever. Today we'll be going over the plug and play stuff. I am not endorsed in any way by plug and play, although if they do want to slide in my DMs, they know where to reach me. I'll get right into it. I've gotten 3 cartridges from them, pods, as they would probably prefer them to be called. I think you know already, it's DNAs and exotics. Exotics are their flavors, and their DNAs are their daytime, nighttime, anytime pods. I've got 2 daytimes and an exotic, and I will run through those real quick. So, the exotic. I've got apple slushie in here, which is really good. It tastes like apples, but kind of like a vape liquid apples, like they could almost never get it right. And it's not a thing against plug and play. I think it's just literally like apple is just not a flavor that translates super well into e-juice, liquids, whatever. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely a hybrid, which is nice. I think all the exotics are hybrids. They get you slumped. They fuck you up. If you can't tell, I'm pretty blasted already. I'm puffing on that one, the apple slushie. As you can see here, I've gotten about a third of the way through on all of them. The oil is nice. It looks a little dark there, but it's definitely much more of a honey color. And that hasn't changed so far, at least in this third. I've smoked them all pretty evenly, at least in terms of consumption, and it seems to be that the Trainwreck goes by a little faster. I don't know if that's a batch thing or if it's the way I'm hitting it. Maybe it's just hitting more of it. It's hard to gauge, but that's just something to be said. Moving on. The Jack Herrera, or Herrera, whatever the fuck it really is a straight sativa. It is great. It really pumps you up. It gets you energetic, creative. It's super nice. I really like hitting this one. I have a hard time putting it down for the others. I also have, and lastly, the Trainwreck. Trainwreck has been great, which I told you about before. It burns a little quick, but it's really good. It's a strong hybrid, but maybe sativa dominant. It seems to hit you right in the face, but on the tail end, make you pretty tired. But they're all really strong. The exotics, at least according to their lab testing and what I've got, seem to have 100 milligrams less of the 1,000 milligrams of liquid of THC than the DNAs. That's the exotics. I don't know if that's probably related to flavoring being added versus the others, but the others do taste really, really good. It's hard to even say it. They taste like they're strain, but they taste really good. So I'll take a puff real quick. So it doesn't really do it justice, but it does produce a lot of vapor, even though it is super discreet looking. It's got these little windows on the side where you can see your oil level, even though it's so fucking thick in there that if it sits anyway too long, it's gonna have to balance itself back out. So I do recommend you keep them upright so that they're also always on the wick, which is nicely convenient right at the bottom of the pod. You notice that in a lot of carts, the wicking holes are just slightly above where the actual bottom of the cart is, and you get that last little bit that you wish you could kind of get out of there. These pods holes, intake holes, are literally at the bottom. So I think you'll have no problem, at least in terms of heating it up at the end of the pod to really get it all in there. And I've seen people refill them, so that's nice too. There's really nothing bad to say about these. They burn really slowly. I think they're better than most of the other grams I've had. I've tried the Stizzies. I've had a lot of the normal carts and batteries, and those just aren't reliable, at least in my experience. And they're good. The blooms are, they're all good. But I find that sometimes they don't work with your battery, or they burn out on you. And I know a lot of dispensaries also have the ability to return, but it seems like an inconvenience. Right now, I think all these are just located in the greater LA area. Um, and I hope that it expands because these are just ridiculously nice and convenient, and they hit you so hard. Um, I've got really nothing bad to say. I think you should buy them, and I think Plug and Play should send me more. Enjoy.